like that. Boomers in the water. All right, it's Friday afternoon. Came out here, I'm gonna do some night fishing for stripers and cats. Decided what the hell I'd wet a line. Skunkfish, nice little smallie. Gonna let him go. See you, dude. And yeah, we'll talk soon. Out. All right, here's my cove that I picked for this evening. Already jumped in the water and cooled off and went up to the beach and took a break for a second. Already got a smallmouth and 5 stripers in the chest. And I'm not even night fishing yet. Ha! Happy trails. There we go. Hey everyone, how you doing? Welcome to Doc's Outdoor Adventure. We are cooking dinner. We're anchored up. The wife just messaged me. We're having a good time. So basically what we're doing is we've got our water to boil for our noodles. We're gonna get that going. We're gonna have a good time. I've got my lantern ready. I've got my poles ready. We're gonna do dinner while we got a little bit of light. And we're gonna try to catch some cats and some stripers. I already have 5 stripers in the chest. They started boiling a little bit ago, and I was like, hell yeah. I went to work, I got 5 in the chest. So no matter what happens, I've already got 1 smallie that I catched and released, which is really cool, drop shot. I got 5 stripers that I caught on the boil on top water, so no skunk for me. But tonight is about teaching phase 3 of the drop shot class. We are going to teach you how to use a drop shot to fish at night with prepared bait, anchovies and worms for catfish and stripers. Over the side of the boat, or you can actually do this off the shore. My water is actually already boiling. It happens that fast. So yeah, that's kind of what we're doing tonight. But the first part of it, I kind of wanted to give you guys a little more background of you know, this is what I do, and you know, it's not that simple. I cut out a lot of the stuff that you don't really see, me cooking dinner and anchoring up and getting all the prep, because I know you guys probably don't care about that. But you know, tonight I'm going to bring you into the world a little bit more, show you what I do. There's a little bit of an angle on the boat here, so I got to be kind of careful. But the water's come up. It's at a rolling boil right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop in my noodles, that's way more than enough. I'm out of Temple Bar. Temple Bar is just straight across from me. You know, maybe a mile out of Temple Bar, straight across. I picked a point outside of a cove that I liked. I thought it would be a good place. I know stripers move in and out of here. I'm gonna bet catfish moving out of here. So basically what I'm doing is I'm gonna chum with fried chicken bones and skin. That's a great attraction for catfish. I'll chum with a bag of anchovies. I got my lantern off to the side. That'll bring in all the shad and the fish. That'll bring in everybody else. I'm in about 30 foot of water off this point between coves. So it should be a good place tonight. It should be, it's not a moonless night, but it's gonna be a dark night. I love fishing like this on dark nights because with my lantern being the only source of light, it brings the bait fish to my boat. If this is a full moon night, yes, the fish would be very active, but they'd be very scattered because the moon draws light throughout the lake, causes the fish to be scattered, and it makes them harder to catch. On moonless nights, when you bring in a lantern, it concentrates the fish to the light source, which is my lantern, and fishing has a tendency to be better. So do I like to fish on full moon nights? No, I don't. Do I like to fish on moonless nights? Absolutely. If you can pick the right spot on a moonless night, and you hook up just right, dude, you can have a phenomenal night. So I'm excited. I really am. Drop shot fishing, phase 3. Nighttime fishing with anchovies and worms for stripers and cats. It should actually be a fun night. I'm excited to show you guys this. This is how I grew up. I have literally been fishing this way since I was 6 years old. My parents would bring us out on a boat. They'd anchor up in a cove or a point. They'd throw the lantern off to the side. They'd chum. We'd drop our poles off to the side, and we'd fish all night. My mom caught, 5 5-foot catfish. My dad caught, 38-pound stripers. We've caught 50, 60 stripers and catfish a night. It's just truly, truly an amazing experience. It's just, if everything lines up, you got to be in the right area at the right time with the right moon phase, with the right amount of chum, with the right amount of light. You do it right, and it's just incredible. It's such an incredible experience. So right now we're just kind of, the thing that's going to take the longest right here is my noodles. So I'll just let my noodle do its thing. Really close. The next thing's going to be the hamburger. So I've got ground beef here. So what we want to do is I'm going to take my lid, okay, and I want to grab my pot, and we're going to go ahead and drain the water. Go. I'm going to turn this heat down. That would be the wrong way. Turn that heat down. We're going to get our hamburger and get it going in here. So, like I said, this is kind of where I get myself in trouble, because I know I'm the only one eating, and I know I'm going to cook way more food than what's going on here. So we'll get my hamburger going in here. See where we end up. Maybe a little more. Some of my seat. All right. And I've got some onions. So I'm gonna throw some onions in here, because you gotta have onions, and I'm gonna use all my onions because I love onions. So get my onions in. Okay, now I've got some mushrooms. So I'm gonna just open the can a little. All the water out of the mushrooms and get them in there. Okay. You can already kind of see how full my pot's getting, which is not good for just me. Grab my cream of mushroom soup. There's one. Second cream of mushroom soup. There we go. All right. So at this point, we're taking a good stir. There we go. Now grab my pepper. I love pepper. Grab my garlic. By the way, I love garlic too. Okay. I've already kind of put salt in here, but I'm gonna go ahead and do a little bit more. Okay. I'm gonna give this just a touch of water. And then that's it. So now, just kind of give everything a stir. grab the lid, put the lid on, make sure she's on the flame, and then we'll close off our condiments, and then we just really just a matter of waiting at this point. Let her do her thing. So okay, I'm glad I'm doing this now before it's completely dark, because it's never any fun doing this when it's completely dark. So let's go ahead. Go. I got a little bit of hamburger left over, so we'll stick that back on ice. Like I said, for me, it's always hard gauging, you know, cooking for one, when you cook for so long for so many people. But just got to be so careful, because the stove cooks so hot. So you just got to kind of go in here and pay attention to what you're doing. This really is an amazing meal. It's a simple meal, but it's an amazing meal. So we'll just kind of let it do its thing, and I'll check back with you in a minute when it's, you know, it's dinner time. It's getting a little bit later. Cheers. So dinner's cooked. We got our little stove here, and move it out of the way. Grab our spoon. We'll go ahead and scoop some of this deliciousness into our bowl. Yeah, there's no way in hell I'm going to eat all this. I know that. But like I said, this is, you know, if I had a fishing partner, well, then we could grub together. You know, that's, you know, anybody out there that wants to be a fishing partner with me, wants to come out and film with me and do stuff like this, you know, pony up, you know, post in the comments and say, hey, Doc, I'd love to go out and do nighttime fishing with you and do this. Well, here we go. You know, I'm gonna do my first tithe. God, it's so good. So basically it's elbow macaroni, ground beef, onion, cream of mushroom soup, mushrooms, salt, pepper, and garlic. It's basic, it's yummy. It's Boy Scout food, I'm not gonna lie. But it really hits the spot. Then you throw in a beer or a soda, and it's where life is good. So I'm gonna sit here and grub down, and I got my lights on. I'll probably do a little chumming while I'm eating. And hey, we'll check back with you when we drop some lines, all right, guys? So it's Doc. It's dinner time on the boat. Phase 3, drop shot, nighttime fishing for cats and stripers. And yeah, we're having a good old time. This is good stuff. Doc out. All right. Hey, everybody. We are out here. We chummed. We got our lights lit. The water is just alive with fish right now. So it's time to go out and have some fun. So this is Phase 3 drop shot fishing masterclass. This is going to be using drop shot techniques to catch stripers and catfish at nighttime using anchovies and worms. So what I like to use is I use a St. Croix rod. Okay, it's a Triumph. It's about a 7-foot medium heavy action rod. I actually put 10-pound. This is one of the very few times I will do this. This is 10-pound fluorocarbon. I'm really an 8-pound guy, but you just really never know when you hook into a big cat. Okay, so the hookup, the way I do this, it's a typical drop shot rig. Okay, I've got my 3/8 ounce weight here, and down here where I would normally hook my hook, I put a swivel. It's a snap swivel, and it's a treble hook. Okay, and the reason I do that is because I can remove the treble hook, all right, from the snap swivel, and I'll show you why I do that in a second. The biggest problem you have fishing at night with cats and stripers is if you get smaller fish, they will take the bait from you. So what I do is I go with the treble. And the way a treble works is you can take it off the snap swivel, just like I did, okay? And the worm is an action for this. So all I'm really doing is I'm using the worm as a motion or an action to draw the fish in. So I don't really care about the tail. Off she goes, okay? I don't totally care about the middle. Off she goes. I like the head with a little piece of guts, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my worm, and I'm just gonna put my worm on the 3 treble hooks like this, all right? Just again, this is an action bait. So at that point, all I'm doing is enough worm to cover my 3 hooks. Then I'm gonna cut the excess worm off. We're done there. That's gonna go back on ice, okay? So I've got my little worm on there. Now I'm gonna take my bait, my anchovy, and I'm gonna push the eyelet of the treble hook through the side of the anchovy, just behind the gills, making sure I have 1 hook in the guts and the other 2 hooks in the gills. So it looks like that, okay? Then we're gonna come back here to our snap swivel, and this is why I use a snap swivel, because now I can simply put it on there, close my snap, always make sure you close your snap. You get a big cat, you don't close that snap, you're in trouble. There's the rig, okay? 14-inch tag line, 3/8 ounce weight. There's your bait, okay, guys? And then literally, all I do is I just go over the side, okay? And I'm gonna go straight down, and I'm literally gonna just let this go to the bottom. I'm in about, right now I'm off a point. I've chummed the shit out of it. I'm probably in about 25, 30 foot of water, okay? So all I'm gonna do, let her go down. Now I know I'm on the bottom, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and snap my line. And based on where I'm at, this one, I'm just gonna pull it up so that it's literally off the bottom, okay? I'm catfishing. So I want this thing, oh, there we go. I want this thing on the bottom, okay? So I've got a little slack in the line. There we go. So now she's sitting on the bottom, directly below my lantern, below all the chum and everything, all right? I'm gonna go ahead and make sure I've got my, my line set where it will take a little bit. Now, because that one's on the bottom, I will take my next one, because I'm going to do this with 2 poles. Depending upon how busy I get, I might go to 1 pole. It just depends on how busy I get. But my second pole is the same setup, okay? Now this one, I will typically run about 10 feet above the water. I won't change it. But I'll do the exact same setup. So I'm gonna grab my worm, okay? I'm gonna take my treble hook, and I'm gonna run my worm around those 3 hooks. Again, the worm is just really, it's to serve as action. It's an attractant, because the worm will kind of wiggle on the hook, and it'll just draw attention because you've chummed. So because you've chummed, this gives them a little something extra from all the other chum, okay? So again, I've got my head, saved a little bait. I'm gonna push this through just behind the gills, nice and hard. Make sure I got some hooks in them guts, because it's the guts they're gonna go after, okay? So you wanna make sure you better have a hook in them guts. And then you're gonna grab your snap swivel, all right? Open it up, get in there and get that eye hook, you know, done. Get your swivel snapped, make sure you're snapped. I've done this and I haven't snapped my swivel, and I've lost some really big fish sometimes. Okay, so now because that one's directly below the boat, all right, what I'm gonna do with this one is I'm actually gonna cast it out just a little bit from the boat. Sometimes the cats are gun shy, okay? And if you get them just out of reach of the light, that's where the cats will be. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna let that sit, and then I'm gonna grab my anchovies, I'm gonna grab my worms, and go put them back on ice, because you wanna keep these anchovies frozen as long as you can. You gotta keep these worms cool as long as you can, because the best thing you can do is have frozen anchovies. They work better, okay, when they're frozen. So right now I've got a line out. It's away from the lights a little bit. I got another line that's just below the lights, and we're gonna chill. We're gonna see what happens. And oh look, I'm getting bit right there. Look at that. Look at that right there. I was just gonna let you guys go, and I'm already getting hammered. So hold on. Let's see what we got going on here. There we go. He hit it. I don't even think I had this pole below the boat, what, 5 minutes? And I'm already getting hammered by something. So I'm gonna go ahead and give it a little line. See if we can get it back on the bottom. I want the weight on the bottom. It's so important. And then I'm just gonna take it. There we go. So I know I'm getting hit, all right? So we're gonna leave that. I was actually gonna sign off with you guys, and oh what? Look, I'm getting hit by another one. My other pole just got nibbled. There you go. Shit's happening, dude. And this happens fast sometimes. You get out there, and you know, you got to pay attention. I'm gonna leave you guys on here for a minute. I'm gonna go run and put my worms and my anchovies up real quick, because I got to get them on ice. And then I'll come back to you. So just hang tight for a second. Get everybody on ice. It's so important. Okay. We'll come back. We're gonna see who's out here that's wanting to play with me. So this one that's under the boat. Let's get it under the boat. All right. She's literally under the boat. Come on. I do not want... There we go. There's where we want to be. All right. So she's right there. And then the other one that's away from the boat, who is getting nibbles, the wife's messaging me. So here we go. We're not even in the water 5 minutes, and I'm getting nibbled. I'm getting hit. So that's freaking awesome. If you look over the boat right now, the amount of life that's in the water is freaking incredible. I mean, it is absolutely amazing. I don't normally fish like this a lot, because it's kind of messy and it messes up the boat, but dude, I'm telling you, if you can get into them and you can bring them in, this is a lot of freaking fun. You're anchored up, you're not doing anything, you're just hanging out in the evening time. You can see the bait fish. It's really kind of neat to do this. So I think I'm gonna turn off the cameras because I gotta save battery life because I'm fishing tomorrow too. And if I get a bite, I will include you guys and I'll key in, okay? So right now it's quiet, so we'll see what happens. I'll check with you in a minute. Well, I was kind of editing my my stuff, and my pole went down. And of course my pole went down because, well, guess what I caught? Cat. Look at him go. Nice little cat too. That's a keeper cat. That's an eater cat. I'm really happy with that. It's a good fish, you know, a little 1.5, maybe 2 pounder. So I'm gonna stop filming. I'm gonna get him off the hook, get everybody back in play. But that's the first cat of the night there, boys and girls. Drop shot. Fishing for cats at night. Dude, tell you what, she works. Out. All right, so I just put this fucker back in the water because I just caught a cat. And guess what? There's my second cat of the night, dude. They're down there. They're feeding. I listen to him talk. He's spitting my bait. I didn't even get my other pole. That sucker wasn't down there 20 seconds. And he was like, I wanted that. Listen to him go. He is one pissed off cat. But you know what? I don't care. He is coming home with me. There you go. Drop shot cats, babe. Yoo-hoo! All right, number 2. Go ahead and get him in. Go ahead and get the other camera lit, because that happened fast. I mean, that happened really fast. He just barely hit it. So give me a second. Let me get, let me go ahead and power up. They're down there eating all my chum right now, I'll tell you that for sure. All right, boys and girls, it's game on right now. It is game on. I can tell you right now without a doubt, they are down there. They're having fun. So I'm going to drop this down. We got just enough left on it that I should get hit. So all I'm doing is I'm taking it right below the light. I'm taking it straight to the bottom. Okay. She's on the bottom. And I'm going to go ahead and just take up the slack. All I'm doing is taking up the slack right about there. I'm going to let her go. I'm already getting hit again. Look at that. Look at that. She's nailing it. Oh, mister. Dude. I bet they got the bait off my pole. They're down there. I don't even know if it's going to be a 2-pole night. So I'm going to set this pole off to the side for now. I bet you she snagged what little I had on that hook. Oh, she did. Oh, fuck yeah, she did. Look at that. She's bare. All right. So I've got a school of catfish down there. So again, this is why I like the snap swivel. This is why it works so well. I undo the snap. I will pull my hook off. Gonna grab my worm. Gonna get my worm on there. This is master class drop shot fishing for cats and stripers. So I got my little worm on there, which is my little tractor. I'm going to grab my anchovy. We're going to chuck the tail. We're going to chuck the belly. And we're going to take the head with a little bit of the guts. Okay. And we're going to run this hook right behind the gills of the anchovy. I'm going to get it back on our snap swivel. Okay, get it in there. And then all I'm gonna do, since I know they're down there now, I'm not messing around. I'm just gonna take her straight down. Get it to the bottom. There we go. She's on the bottom. I'm gonna click my bell. And all I wanna do is take up my slack. I just want it off the bottom ever so slightly. And that's it. She's done. If they're still there and they want to play, they will hit that. So what I'm going to do with this other pole is I can guarantee you she's naked. Oh yeah, look at that. She was naked. So they took my bait. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to play with this one while I'm watching that one. Because if they're down there and they're getting busy, this is going to happen fast and furious. And sometimes you just can't do 2 poles if they get busy like this. So I'm going to go ahead and take my hook off. It's an old worm, so I'm going to toss it. I want a fresh one. Okay. Get my fresh worm on there. Like I said, the worm is really just an attractor. That's all it is, guys. So get it on there. Get only the long enough piece you need. Get your anchovy out. Tail off, guts off. Now this one, just for fun, I'm gonna go ahead and do the guts. So we're gonna go right up through the guts. Okay. Oh shit, there we go. Nope, god damn it, hit it hard. Fuck. Well, shit. I probably lost that one. I wasn't paying attention. Did you see how quickly that happened? That fish nailed that, and I guarantee you it took it. That's how quick this shit happens. And I was over here messing around with this other pole, and I missed it. So I know damn well I'm going to be re-rigging that one. And that's what I'm saying is sometimes you can't fish with 2 poles. When you got cats going at you like this, you're not going to have this luxury. So I'm going to go ahead and drop this one down. And it's the same thing. You're going to go to the bottom. There it is. You're on the bottom. You're going to click your bell. All you're going to do is bring it up just so you're off the bottom, okay? Just like that. And then you're going to watch it. I know damn well I'm dead on this one. He grabbed my bait, it's toast. So we're going to, yep, there you go. Ain't nothing left. Look at that. If I would have been able to set that hook, I would have caught that cat. But he got me. So, you know, cat 1, dog 0. Go ahead and pull this off. And this is what'll happen sometimes at night, man. You're so busy with 2 poles trying to re-rig them that oh, there he is. I got him. You gotta pay attention. Right there. Got him in. Woohoo! Another cat. See what I'm saying? It happens so quick. You gotta pay attention, man, because they're down there. They are down there, and when they hit it, you're gonna lose it if you don't pay attention. So there we go. It's not a huge cat, but I will keep it. I'm here to catfish. He's fat, you know. I know damn well he's been eating all that chum. So he's going in the boat. He's going in the boat. See ya, dude. That's 3 cats. The fucked up part is I got no poles in the water. Woo! This is the fun part about fishing at night. When you're doing 2 poles, man, it's fast and furious, and sometimes you just don't have time. So no poles in the water. We got cats in the chest. I'm filming this, and I love the fact that I get to film this. This is so much fun. And I don't get to share this with enough people for them to really understand what it's like to fish for cats at night with a drop shot in this scenario. It's just so much fun. When you chum right, when you pick the right spot, it's just so much fun. It really is. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a gut piece with this guy too. To heck with it. And I honestly don't know if I'm gonna be able to maintain 2 poles tonight. I might just have to go to 1. And you know what? That is okay. If you are having so much fun catching fish that you can't even, you know, keep 2 poles in the water, dude, that's a good night. That right there is a good freaking night. Shoot. I'm talking and I'm not paying attention here. Hold on a second. This is the advantage to the snap swivel. It really is, because you get to be able to hook this in there. There we go. All right. So I got 1 ready. Go ahead and get him out there. Like I said, all I'm doing, it's almost like cane pole fishing at this point. We're just going straight down. I'm in about 25, 30 foot of water. I've chummed the shit out of it with fried chicken and anchovies. I've got bait fish galore circling this light. And there you go. I'm on the bottom. I know I'm on the bottom. Okay. Get the loop out of my line. That would suck. And then all I want to do is set her down, take up just enough slack to let her do her thing. And I'm going to grab my other pole and try to get her re-rigged and see what happens. Because I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, if they're that busy down there, like I said, I might not be able to do 2 poles. I don't know. I absolutely love the fact that I'm catching cats. I got stripers earlier, so that's nice. And like I said, she's right on the bottom. It's right where I want her to be. And a lot of times these cats, because I'm rigged in a drop shot style, okay, it's an instant hit. They hit it and you're gonna know it. There's no swimming away with it. So you have to watch that pole, because they can steal your bait still, even with this style. It's just one of those things. You gotta pay attention. So I've got her down there doing her thing. I gotta pay attention. I gotta watch that pole. If it starts nibbling, I gotta stop what I'm doing and give that pole my attention, because it'll only be half a second before that cat grabs it and runs. So, you know, you're almost got to have 3 sets of eyes here paying attention to what you're doing. And again, if you had a fishing buddy, okay, somebody to help you out here, this would be pretty cool. But I don't, so I'm doing this by myself. I'm gonna go with full-on tail on this next one. So we're just gonna grab the tail, throw it in there. because I'm always curious to see what part of the anchovy they like, what part of the anchovy they don't like, what part of the anchovy stays on the hook better, because that's always good to know. It's all that little information that's so important. Okay, so this one's set up. She's good to go. I'm gonna drop her over the side. As soon as we untangle her from the tip here. There we go. All right. So again, we'll bring this one over here. Bring it down. There it is. I'm getting bit. I gotta be careful because I've got an open line over here. That one just had a nibble. Okay, so that one's good to go. That one just had a nibble. So we got to be careful here. We're going to pay attention. Everybody looks quiet. Everybody looks good. And that's usually when you get frickin' hammered. So we'll see what happens. I'd like to get my anchovies back on ice. Oh, no, I'm getting bit right here. This one's getting bit. Gotta be careful. Run to the cooler and I'm gonna dump my bait off real quick. I'm hoping I'll be okay till I get there. There's so much bait fish in the water, she's starting to school in circles below the light. I was gonna show you guys that something earlier, but I didn't get a chance. This thing's just got busy in a hurry. All right, we got them in the cooler. Now this one, just for fun, I'm gonna go ahead and do the guts. So we're gonna go right up through the guts, okay? Oh shit, there we go. Nope, god damn it, hit it hard. Fuck. Well, shit. I probably lost that one. I wasn't paying attention. Did you see how quickly that happened? That fish nailed that, and I guarantee you it took it. That's how quick this shit happens. And I was over here messing around with this other pole and I missed it. So I know damn well I'm gonna be re-rigging that one. And that's what I'm saying is sometimes you can't fish with two poles. When you got cats going at you like this, you're not gonna have this luxury. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop this one down. And it's the same thing. You're gonna go to the bottom. There it is. You're on the bottom. You're gonna click your bell. All you're gonna do is bring it up just so you're off the bottom, okay? Just like that. And then you're gonna watch it. I know damn well I'm dead on this one. He grabbed my bait, it's toast. So we're gonna, yep, there you go. Ain't nothing left. Look at that. If I would have been able to set that hook, I would have caught that cat. But he got me. So, you know, cat 1, dog 0. Go ahead and pull this off. And this is what'll happen sometimes at night, man. You're so busy with 2 poles trying to re-rig them that oh, there he is. I got him. You gotta pay attention. Right there. Got him in. Woohoo! Another cat. See what I'm saying? It happens so quick. You gotta pay attention, man, because they're down there. They are down there, and when they hit it, you're gonna lose it if you don't pay attention. So there we go. It's not a huge cat, but I will keep it. I'm here to catfish. He's fat, you know. I know damn well he's been eating all that chum. So, all right, just caught another little guy here. I don't know why my phone's being funny. What's up with that? Oh, maybe it's my light. Here, let me take my light off. Okay. So, here we go. Caught another little guy. You can't really see this guy. This is not a channel cat, okay? I'm gonna try to, little fucker. Hold on. Let me see if I can get him back in the camera view here. Okay, there we go. This is not a channel cat. He is a flathead. I don't know if you can really see him. Anyway, I'm gonna throw him back. He's too little. I'm not gonna eat him, but that's a little flathead. So, little cute little thing. He's fun. See ya, dude. Out of there. So there's another one. So I got 2 poles out now. So I got to retie everybody. Anyway, there you go. Out. All right. Nicer size. Another one in the boat. Another cat on the drop shot. Hell yeah. Like it. Dinner. Fish fry. Who wants to come over? All right. Just caught another one. I was just re-rigging my other pole, and this little dude, hey, went down and decided he was gonna want to play. Come here. There we go. Yeah, nice little eater. So I'm gonna put this pole down so I can get him off and in the basket. All right, so striper on the drop shot. Nice little guy, he's keeper. Hey, good morning everybody. Well, it's a little bit before sunrise, so we got our coffee going. I kind of started cleaning up. It's messy in here. It's the bad part about fishing for stripers and cats overnight with anchovies and worms. It makes a mess of the freaking boat with the fish scales and the worms and the anchovies, so I'll have a boat to clean when I get home. But it was a pretty good night all in all. I really can't complain. Let's see here. I've got 6 stripers in here, and let's see here. There we go. That's probably my 2 biggest cats right there. The rest are all kind of about the same size, and I got, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4. I got like 5 cats and 6 stripers so far, so I got the food for the freezer. I'm happy. I'll be a cleaning fool, so basically what I'm doing right now is I'm just going to kind of clean up, enjoy a cup of coffee, transition over from night fishing to, you know, fishing for largemouth and smallmouth, and maybe a few more stripers if they tickle my fancy. So yeah, drop shot fishing for cats and stripers overnight turned out really good. Got some decent video. I think it'll turn into a pretty good class. I mean, I don't know what to say. It's beautiful right now. It's just absolutely gorgeous. Temple Bar is just right there. I'm just straight across. Lake is beautiful and calm. I don't know what to say. It's just a really nice night, really good night. So I'll let you go while I kind of keep cleaning up, and I'll touch base with you in a little bit. Out.